right, Matrixx and Rhodes Show supporters, let's talk about CNN. I think the worst thing that ever happened to CNN was the Great Awakening, or people getting woke. And I'm not talking about woke as in the woke we're thinking about. I'm talking about people actually wising up to the Democratic propaganda that's spread by the left-stream media. Whether it's CNN or MSNBC, ABC, the three-letter networks, they all deserve a four-letter, starting with a F, ending with a K. You. Yeah. We've sat back, we've watched, we can tell. I mean, they go out there, they blatantly lie to people. No confusion during the Summer of Love riots. Yeah, I called them destructive riots on behalf of one Fentanyl Floyd. We literally watched a CNN analyst stand in front of a burning building and tell you that the protesting was mostly peaceful. And that was a point that a lot of people, I mean, look, I already was out on the mainstream media, but it was a jarring moment, I think, for CNN. All right? And then you started seeing more and more wheels turning in the other direction. Elon Musk purchasing X, I think, was a big step, right? You weren't getting just inundated with nothing but left-stream media propaganda all the time anymore on X. And we would listen to these people, and they would lie, and they would lie, and they would lie about Donald J. Trump. And what people started doing was turning the channel or turning it off. And, of course, that combined with the rise of citizen journalism, independent conservative outlets actually showing up and taking on a more prominent and more, I'm not going to call it a mainstream role, but social media, the platforms allowing these entities to grow, whether it was Newsmax or the Daily Wire, the Blaze, or TCN, Tucker Carlson Network, growing in popularity. People are just getting their news in different ways now, and they don't trust the mainstream leftist media, the three-letter networks, so to speak. CNN, they're in trouble. And their prominent names over there, they're in a massive bind. Now, this comes after Disney laid off 7,000 people not that long ago. Well, these are the biggest names. We know Don Lemon already got his ass run off. Well, Anderson Cooper, Wolf Blitzer, all their big names are now in line for the guillotine. And I'm not going to feel even the slightest bit bad if any of these people lose their gigs. I mean, to hell with them. They've been out there and they've been spreading lies to the American people. They've been lying about Trump. They've been lying about Trump supporters, patriotic Americans, good people that work hard and care about this country. They go on TV and run a nonstop verbal assault on. Nah. Not going to feel bad when you get your ass run off your job. Get security. Let's walk them out. Put your crap in a box. A new report claims that multiple big names at CNN could be let go as the network puts financial stability over famous faces. I mean, when you immediately when I see their faces, I think, ugh. That's my reaction. Ugh. Here we go with their bullshit again. That's literally, boom, it's a negative, bam, right to your dome. Your report in Touch says that Anderson Cooper, Chris Wallace, Wolf Blitzer, and Jake Tapper could all be axed as CEO Mark Thompson prepares for a radical plan to cut costs. A bloodbath. Quote, Anderson knows he's on the chopping block because he makes a whopping $20 million a year. You might as well just take $20 million out and light it aflame. Wow. The ratings are pathetic. He's already started looking for a new gig. A source described as a, quote, network insider told In Touch. Chris Wallace takes $8 million and figures he's a likely target too. The source noting that $15 million for Blitzer, $8 million for Tapper. The cuts could make a major dent in CNN's cost. We know what it is. They're getting no viewership, which means their ad revenue is jack. Everybody knows the focus is on cutting costs. The source said, no one is safe. The report said most contracts for major CNN hosts will not expire till after November's election. CNN is trying to keep up with the news landscape and become a digital-first provider. In Touch quoted another source saying, it makes sense for them to pursue anchors who have already established a presence there, especially if TV becomes history in their portfolio, source says. On Friday, Thompson sent a memo to staff about the changing economics of television and the need for a more sustainable economic footing for CNN. Change is never easy, but I've been struck by how many of you have come up to me and email me since then to say you're up for the challenge, but want to know how and when the change is going to happen, Thompson wrote, according to the New York Post. Thompson outlined a 5-part plan under headings that included building our digital future, a global integrated multimedia news operation, future-proofing TV production, developing new sources of revenue, and communication and culture. One source said Post called an insider, said the plan means less than it seems for the beleaguered network. It's a 5-point plan to make 5-point plans. So in other words, it's not really so much a plan, it's just a plan to make a plan. That's never good. In other words, there is no plan. There you go. But we are really planning to make a lot of plans. We're going to do a lot of movement, but there's not an actual lot of actual production coming out of said movement. You see that in the corporate world. I worked in it a long time. Yeah. Some sorry ass employees want to look busy, but you're not actually doing anything. So that probably means I'm going to run you off and we're going to sit down and have a talk with HR. Get the box. And rest assured, there's lots of people overseeing the planning to make plans. And they're wasting money with those people. And Mark is overseeing all the people planning to make plans, so don't worry, we've got it totally under control. I was just about to say the Titanic. Rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic, the Post quoted another source. I was about to say, because my Titanic line is always polishing the brass on the Titanic. That is my line. So don't steal my line, Gateway Pundit. Anyway, point is, what does it matter? None of it matters. You could put my dog up there with a microphone. Probably just as many people would tune in and watch. They're going to trust my dog more. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They're going to trust my dog more because, well, let's be honest. Pets can sort of sense out the scumbags, can they not? I think, look, it's hilarious. And to a point, you know, some of these anchors are carrying out marching orders. And we know that, like agendas by way of the network. But we know these people, like, literally physically loathe Donald Trump, for example. Their biggest issue is they became the media version of Hillary Clinton, calling MAGA and Trump supporters and conservative Republicans deplorables. They became the media version of that. And people got tired of it. People didn't want to hear it. And people would sit back and go, you know what? I'm blatantly seeing that you're full of shit for months now years. And the scamdemic didn't help them one bit. And now they're going to be on the chopping block. Wow. Well, how is it Joy Reid still got a job at MSNBC? I don't get it. Joe Scarborough, how does that SOB got a job? CNN, about to clean house. They're hemorrhaging money. Let's be real. It's a bloodbath. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.